Привет из Дубая. С вами передача «Голубь мира», где разбираем крутые навыки. Спрашиваем на английском, отвечаем на русском. Подтягивайте язык или смотрите перевод в тайм-кодах. Let's talk about medicine and let's start with the definition.
Medicine is a variety of different approaches and some cures which will help to prevent diseases or to make our life longer. And this is quite interesting story. There was a time when then we are trying to use some roots, some grass, and to boil some bouillons to drink and to stay healthy. But now we have a lot of pills, with a lot of different devices which will help to make analysis and to understand what would happen with us. And now we have very fancy surgery rooms and so on. But suddenly we have some kind of diseases like a cancer and which and some else which we couldn't cure right now. And this is quite a problem because we want to live longer, but there is also limitations. And there is also a joke. If we will stay healthy, we will have more Parkinson disease and also Alzheimer disease because our body do not calculate it to live so long. And we should think about longevity. When we will use how we will stay, how we will behave if we will have such diseases which connected to our brain.
Somehow it reminds me computer games. Let's say like when you go out of the border of what creator built, you will find like some quirky bugs or like a hiccups, meaning that like there was no, it was not so that going outside of the box. And when we speak about medicine, obviously it might be like a really huge set of knowledge. So what is the minimum set, or like what kind of things we need to be at least aware in order to wrap our head around and understand like what exactly this thing might be?
Right now, it is not possible. For example, I'm and my wife were connected to a dentistry, and almost each year we should shift all our equipment. We should sold old one and to buy a new one because everything is going too fast. We buy equipment from China, from Japan, from Austria, from Switzerland, from Italy, and almost each year we forced to make this because a lot of different procedures will help, for example, to grow teeth. And it's very funny. My spouse doesn't believe that it is possible to grow teeth in the mouth like a mushroom, but now it's happened. And the same it was with a special procedure how to cure. I don't know how to say it in English, but maybe you will help, like a teeth mold caries.
Probably
Cavity,
plaque.
plaque, maybe tooth plaque, and no one would believe in. But Japanese, they created several stage liquid which will liquidate this and will seal the teeth. Or for example, another kind of procedures. Now there are a lot of different kind of microscopes which will increase your space for 300 times, and it is much easier to work with. And also robotics, some could, for example, put a SU, зашивать швы, to put a SU,
Put a SU or
to
like
put a SU. And it's very funny. For example, how it's happened. For example, your surgeon will come to this huge equipment and he will imitate how to do this. He will learn this equipment. Then you will put, for example, I don't know, put of the jaw from pig or from the horse, and you will make like rehearsal. And then when it is will be done without any mistake, you should press the button, record last one time, and then you put your customer, you just put special, I don't know how to say, limitation for the face, that person could not fix it. Yes, that person could not move the head in any direction, and suddenly this robot will create everything which was rehearsed maybe for 2 days in I don't know, 9 seconds, everything completely, drilling, filling, sewing.
And let's say like if we might be someone who might be consulting, or someone who at least like thinking about doing a business, or someone who might be just like a faced a project where you need to work with the medicine, what is the bare minimum that we should know? Or if we're not speaking about the set of knowledge, what is the way to approach the acquiring new knowledge should be when it comes to medicine?
You know, it's almost impossible to acquire all the knowledge about medicine you want. Usually, my wife and I, we go in at least 4 to 5 times for different congress in different countries to learn how American medics work, how Chinese, how Japanese, and so on. And you know, on all these congresses, we always sit without wide open eyes, and we couldn't believe what is happening because they are so fast moving. They create such unbelievable equipment to cure people that I couldn't imagine. You know, sometimes I think that maybe we already live in science fiction movie.
And since we're talking about the science fiction, so probably, you know, like there might be a types of the medicine where we don't actually need a human, and we either can go to specific like stations, or maybe even have something at our own place. So where are we in terms of like progression towards this direction?
Yes, correct. We also bought several so-called robotic stations, and they could create some different miracles. I will need your help, but I'll try to explain. For example, there is an issue in our dentistry. We could take your blood and to make this separation and to create from your blood plasma and put your plasma again in your body, and you will feel yourself better. You know, it's very funny. It's not about just filtering. This how to make you with your own liquid to be more подвижный,
Mobile.
more mobile and healthy. And you know, it's always work. For example, you come to a dentistry and you will have, for example, blue, I don't know how to say this, десна.
Gum.
You have blue gum, sometimes happen, or maybe gray gum. We will take your blood, we will make this separation, we will make plasma from your own blood, then we will make some injections, and suddenly in 5 or 10 minutes, you will understand that you have completely healthy gum, it has become red, and you feel yourself like you be even younger.
And when we speak about the accessibility, well, obviously, you know, like all of the high tech stuff might be like quite expensive, but like whether if with the advancement of the humanity, whether some of the things might be, you know, like be accessible to people who may not afford it, or it could be vice versa. Like the more richer people, the more like a sustainable can do this well. The rest of it will have to, you know, like deal with some other things.
You know, it's also very funny. Now we with also one pupil of School of Troubleshooter, Maxim Kolpakov, we write a book about some very rich people, and there would be a small notion that some of them already started to create their own hospitals, which are attached to the home or underground or close to the main building. You know, for themselves, for their relatives, or for some drug addicted people who will fall asleep after taking too much dose. And another one, you know, I was working for IBM for several years, like a contractor, like a troubleshooter, and they were creating a lot of different equipment for India. For example, I don't know how to say, but in Russian it's called MRT, huge tubes to make visible like body parts. I don't know how to say MRT.
Need to think
Like
about this one. Probably.
tomograph. And you know, there is people from India, they also created some, not on a tomograph, but I don't know how to say, like a parody for it. But you know, a huge one, it costs like $2 million, but small one will cost like $35. Yet, yes, you will have not a clear vision of organs, but it will help to some surgeons to make their operations.
Is there any new dimension of the medicine that humanity still did not look or like touch, but very barely, that in the nearest future might be explored like with a very big amount of depth?
Maxim, I'm not well connected to medicine right now, except of dentistry. But 4 years ago, I was involved in several projects. I was completely fascinated by the history. First is how to create small submarines of nano size, which would be put in our blood vessels, and they could cure something with like cholesterol or with, I don't know how to say, thromb. Is it okay to say English thromb?
Thrombos. Yes.
Thrombos with heart vessels. And second, this is 3D printable medicine pills there's also right now it's huge one, because there are like 300 different ingredients which could be combined together to create a pill. Usually it's just a mixture of something, and then it would be put, I don't know how to say in Russian, it's like pilula, so it's two parts which connected.
Capsule.
Yes, it is capsule. So it's not a pill, but it's capsule. So it's easy to create. But I was completely wondering, 300 cartridges, it's too much. But how many combinations you have created?
And another part of the medicine is actually analysis, because like sometimes you need to figure out like what is going on, and sometimes it's better to get all of the signs earlier. So what might be the probably signs or like improvements that could be done on the advancement side? Like for example, as far as I know, even here in Dubai, what you can do now is like if you don't want to go to the hospital, you may call and there will be a medicine machine that will come to you with the doctors. They will get all your blood and you will get the analysis like relatively fast. But probably, like if you want to get the analysis for different parts of the body for different conditions that you may have, you probably will need like more advanced equipment. So what might be the foreseeable future here?
Also, I'm not aware about it, but I was several times. I was 3 times in Seoul, this is capital of Korea, for checkups with help of my insurance company, Alpha Capital, and it cost me like 150,000 Russian rubles. It was like present from the company. But when they create all this checkup sheets and give me, and I was back to Kiev and also to Moscow, no one knows what to do. For example, like 30 parameters, yes, okay, we know what to do, but what is else, no one knows. And when I was another time in Seoul, I came to same doctors and said, come on, no one in Moscow and Kiev knows what to do with these digits. And they were laughing, okay, yes, okay, we will help you and we will understand what to do. And they prescribed me how to behave, what to eat, how to measure some indicators, and for some period of time, I don't know exactly, like 2.6 year, I was doing this, but then I tired and I forget this, but now I am thinking how to restore it. A lot of different calculation could be measured with some equipment which will not damage your skin. In Russia, in Ukraine, we used to some sacrificator. Sacrificator, it's small metallical part which will damage your skin, and then it would be sucked your blood and then would be put in some tubes and will be analyzed. But in Korea and some other countries, there are a lot of different things. They will take it from your nose, from your mouth, from your ear, from your skin. They will use special light. They will make special photos. For example, I showed that I have some red dots. Is it possible to cure? They make me some photo, and they ask for artificial intellect, and it shows where is okay. That is just I don't know how to say, веснушки.
Some wrinkles, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, some wrinkles, and some of them you should cure, and also it was prescription from artificial intellect, and it was like, I don't know, like 10 years ago.
And when it comes to actually doing all of the medicine operations on a distance, or maybe even the consultancy, what might be the specific aspects here?
My wife right now do sometimes telemedicine job, and she subscribed for several services, and there is a call from different countries, from Belarus, from Singapore, from England, from China, from America, from Moldova, and so on, quite different countries. And there is possibility to attach your rentgen, X-ray shorts, and so on. And sometimes my wife says to me, they have equipment much better than we. And sometimes she refuses to give consultation because he couldn't. But he right now has several patients from different countries, from Singapore, from America, and so on. And they conduct all curing, because the doctors on this territory is quite expensive. I don't know, is my wife better than this specialist, but a bit cheaper. And it's also very funny, because in this case, if, for example, you couldn't afford your medicine from your country, from your state, you could call to another state. But by the way, in America, this is prohibited.
And my last question will be how knowing about medicine could help to make this world a better place.
If you have old relatives, sometimes they think that they have incurable diseases because it was told them like 10 or 12 years ago. But you know, right now, each year we win from the life like 1.5 years, so we could live longer and we could cure much more diseases. And also in different countries we have like probation period for different medicine, and you could be involved in this testing, and this is quite a good idea. Yes, maybe you will not get help, maybe you will die, but you have a hope.
А мы рассмотрели навык медицина и чем он полезен именно вам. Всем мира!